Could I just rant about Bitcoin right now? Because a lot of people are wondering why it's worth anything. It's a very good question. It's a very good question. I think the answer these people that have questions for Bitcoin first is they should answer themselves, why is the digital dollar in their bank account worth anything anything anyways? So the first thing you have to ask yourself, according to me, is why is a digital dollar on my bank account screen on my phone worth anything? Now, if you have a proper answer for that, then we could go to why Bitcoin is worth anything. There's obvious answers for that, according to me, including the fact that it's fully transportable. Nobody can steal it from you. You can't hack the system, and it's fully scarce. There's going to be 21 million Bitcoin. You can't print more Bitcoin. That's one of the reasons. People forever have been looking for ways to keep their wealth. Okay. It's not even about when you hear rich people buying lands and houses and art, even art. You know where the most expensive art in the world stays? They're in vaults. Why are they in vaults? You're saying art is worth something. Oh, it's a one of a kind. Why is it in a vault? What are you gonna do with it? It's worth nothing realistically. Yeah, the artist was it's worth nothing. It's the same thing as saying that if you're saying that art is worth something, it's in a vault and it stayed there for, I don't know, 10 years. It doesn't move. You don't want to move it. You don't take a risk to move it. Why is it worth something? Because it's scarce. It's scarce, and Bitcoin is scarce. Rich people want ways to preserve their wealth. And because the dollar is being printed, because they're inflating the dollar, that's the exact reason why Bitcoin is going to go up in value, because it's fully scarce. Mathematically, as far as like the dollar is programmed to go down in value, they have to print more money. What do you think that housing prices go up? Not only because they're more valuable, maybe because you're in a city where there's immigration and then the prices go up because of demand. That's one factor. But the other factor is just because the other factor is just because the value of the dollar itself is going down, because they're printing so much of it. If you have let's say Jordans, if they do a 1 out of 1 Jordan pair of shoes, it's going to be worth $1 million. There's just one, and then that same shoe, as soon as they decide to print 1 million of them, it goes down in value to maybe $200. I don't know. It's a scarcity. Bitcoin is scarce. People want what you can't have. You can't have all the Bitcoin, you can't create more Bitcoin. Once it's out, it's out. Michael Saylor right now is buying all the Bitcoin he's buying. You cannot get it anymore. It's on his balance sheet. It's in his company. It's erased from the market. Fully scarce. So the first answer, or the first question you have to ask yourself before talking about why is Bitcoin worth anything? Why is the dollar worth anything? Why are you able to buy a coffee with a dollar bill? The bill itself is worth $1.50 cents. Just because it's written $100 on it, you go fucking pay for supper? It's fully scarce. Scarcity is what brings the value up to Bitcoin. And another fact actually, is that there's no CEO to Bitcoin. The creators, whatever his name is, they call him Satoshi Nakamoto, created it, left it in space for us to use, and he disappeared. Could he ever come back? Maybe. Now the explanation that Bitcoin is going to zero, think of it for a second and a half, I don't know. People have been saying that Bitcoin is going to go to zero since its conception, since it's been invented, since the blockchain is invented. Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency on the blockchain. Since it's been invented, people are saying it's going to go to zero, which at some point it almost did go to zero, obviously in the beginning. But they've been saying, so you think you're right now? You know when Bitcoin was invented? In 2009. We're in 2026. 17 years later, people are still saying it's going to zero. 17 years, year after year. Oh, it's going to zero. Oh, it doesn't. It's going to zero. It doesn't. For 17 years, and you think you're right now? I would study Bitcoin instead of trying to find ways why it will go to zero and why gold is gonna replace it. Gold is gonna replace what? Those are in vaults as well. Gold are in vaults. They're not moving from the vaults. You maybe have a fucking couple ounces at home of gold. Not more than that. Bitcoin is in a digital vault. People want scarcity. It's coming. It's coming. And I would just suggest anybody to just study Bitcoin. Study what it is. It's digital property. It's like keeping your form of energy in a digital way that nobody could take from you. Today you work for $10 an hour. If you swap it to Bitcoin, that $10 an hour, because of the inflation and because they're gonna devalue the dollar, you're gonna keep your purchasing power because Bitcoin is not inflatable. You can't inflate Bitcoin. So the value of Bitcoin is just gonna go up in dollar terms. Keep in mind, always in dollar terms, because the dollar is worth nothing. So it's only in dollar terms Bitcoin goes up. If you compare it to housing, or gold, it's a different story. But in dollar terms, it's programmed to go up. It's just programmed. Why? Because they're just gonna keep printing so much money. Anyways, if you don't agree, let me know. I would like to learn. I might be dumb. I would love to learn. So, if you don't agree, please let me know. If you agree and you have something to teach me as well, please let me know.